Hey everybody, it's Kitty here with Nerds Corner. We're doing Wondrous Wednesday, talk about all the different wondrous superheroes. Gonna start with, I believe today we were doing X-Men or the Avengers. Start out with Iron Man. Um, we're gonna be waiting for hopefully a couple more of the Potters to jump in. So we figured for the next few weeks, let's dive into the world of superheroes on our Wednesday talks. We have a bunch of the MCU to cover. We also have quite a bit of all our lesser known characters to go into. So, for anybody who hasn't actually had a chance to pop in and get to know us just a little bit, I'm Kitty. My big nerd areas are old school video games and superheroes. I'm also big into cosplay. As soon as we get the chance for the next con that opens up that we can go to, I'm going to be doing a Black Canary con cosplay. So, like to get to see who's got favorite villain, superhero from each universe. There's quite a few good ones that we can go into. Um, we are going to get more into breakdowns, you know, describing some of our favorite scenes, favorite movies. We're also going to go into some of the lesser known comics that have built up these movies. Um, I'll start with, let's see. I think it was Iron Man today. It was Iron Man or X-Men. It's been a long week for us all. So we're going to start off with Iron Man 1. It's been a while since I've actually watched the Iron Man movies. With everything new coming out, I've been trying to get caught up. Um, Personally, I think Robert Downey Jr. did a phenomenal job when he played Tony Stark. He had that egotism, he had the arrogance. He did great connecting both Iron Man and Tony Stark as one complete character. Oh, that's hot. And one of my favorite things that he did when he was portraying Iron Man was he didn't just go, "Oh, it's a superhero. I'm just going to do this." No, he actually took the time to develop that character from the get-go. I mean, we've seen Tony Stark grow immensely throughout the whole MCU. A lot of people, he's one of their favorite characters. And it's hello, Jake.
Sup? I had to hold on. Let me fix this real quick. So, there we go.
You muting me.
I had to either do it on StreamYard or on Facebook, but unfortunately, we discovered that my camera wasn't working
Oh my!
because apparently the cable was bent in a very odd way, and it kind of fucked up some of the wires.
Dude.
Yeah, not fun.
I'm just glad I got a backup camera.
We've got like 3 other cameras in this house. 2 of them are in the bedroom, and 1 of them's over in Galen's room. But we're gonna be getting those packed away here soon.
Yeah, how is that coming? Chaotic, I can tell.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Dude, ask Amanda about our 24-hour move day. That was fun.
Yeah, I've done 24-hour moves. I've done like I've done 24-hour moves. I've done 2-hour or 2-day moves. I've shit. I did one. Dude told us, he's like, "Hey, we need you like staying with a friend of mine when I was out in Washington." After I had left the house with David, staying with a friend of mine, and he's like, "So I need you out by like the end of the day." And I'm
Really?
like, "Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I'm glad I don't have a whole lot of my stuff unpacked."
Right?
So I just like threw all the stuff that I did have, and I called up one of my friends, one of my other friends, and she's just like, "Hey, come chill with me." I was like, "Okay."
Okay, fat butt, watch where your butt's going. You knock over my coffee and it ain't gonna be pretty. So yeah. Ow.
Yeah, I figured I'd stay in here and chat with you while we're waiting for Mr. James to get home from work, because he is on his way home.
Yes.
I'm just doing homework right now.
Oh, it's good to actually have you on today. I know with how everything's been chaotic, it hasn't been easy to get in touch with you.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a complete and utter freaking shit show over here.
Yeah, I've done my best stepping it up, trying to keep it going.
You're doing great.
With these 12-hour shifts, it's kind of killing me.
Do not blame you there.
Dude, 5 p.m. to 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's rough. That's super rough.
And yet I still was able to be awake today.
Holy hell, that is not the stuff I need.
So, what about you? Favorite Iron Man moment from the first?
From the first?
From the first.
Oh, damn.
Hey, I've been making the questions harder where you have to think now.
Favorite moment from the first Iron Man?
Ignore the monster in the back.
Mine's asleep.
Lucky. It's sanctioned nap time, and she's like, shh, mom's home, mom's awake, I'm up.
I'd have to say when he's trying to test the new suit he makes.
Now, is that in the cave or after?
No, the first official suit, not the War Machine suit.
Okay.
How he's trying to go through all the trials and errors and shit, and as soon as he tries to fly. Oh, I love that part. He's throwing around his fucking lab like a rag doll.
Well, that happens a lot to him, though.
Oh, that happens in all of them.
Yeah. But like I was saying, Iron Man's had one of the biggest character developments. And
Yeah, you see him being, you go from seeing him be this fucking billionaire playboy philanthropist, with an ego the size of the fucking cosmos,
I think
to,
we're cutting that a little short.
Huh?
I think that ego's just a little short for explanation.
Oh, yeah, I mean it is. It's incredibly it's an incredibly kind, abbreviation, but no, like you go from seeing him be this really arrogant billionaire playboy philanthropist, like he describes himself in Avengers, to, spoiler alert, I mean everybody that hasn't seen it by now, shame on you, to end games. He's got a fucking family, and he's really toned. He's really like been reined in,
Dude, go
and
Pepper.
Go
Pepper.
Yeah. But you go from seeing him be this big shot millionaire doing whatever the fuck he wants to family guy that does what he needs to make sure his family's taken care of, and it's a really really huge step in a completely different direction than most people were expecting it to go. And I was like watching all the Iron Man, watching all of the Avengers movies, the crossovers like Captain America Civil War,
Yeah.
Spider-Man movies, watching all of those and just watching him grow and like change his personality is one of those huge step in a completely different direction than his original character design, which is just really really huge.
Like I said, Downey did great incorporating both the Iron Man and the Tony Stark and actually making it one solid character.
If only DC could do that with fucking Batman.
There's been a lot of good guys who've done Batman, but their Wayne's not there, and vice versa.
I was gonna say, and then you look at like honestly, I know most people don't or didn't like him, but Kilmer was one of my favorite Bruce Waynes.
Yes.
Kilmer was one of my favorite Bruce Waynes. He almost had it as Batman.
It was just a little short.
He felt just a little bit short, but his Batman was still really, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's just it wasn't the perfect. Like he was a great Bruce Wayne and he was a good Batman, but he could have been like they could have done a little bit better casting for the role of both.
Ow. And there goes my suitcase of a child.
Like, I honestly don't know who they could get to do a good Bruce Wayne Batman.
Well, look at Spider-Man. Same thing. You've had a lot of great guys do one aspect or the other.
Honestly, I love Tom. Tom as both is just he's great.
Yes.
He's a great Spider-Man. He's a great Peter Parker. And, like, it took them, what, 2 actors before? Because Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker.
But not.
He fell short as Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, had, the jokiness and everything, but he really wasn't that good of a Peter Parker.
And then you got Mr. Tom, and he does such a great job just incorporating both into one.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of hit and miss with them finding the right actor for the right character. They did great when they found Jackman to be Wolverine.
Oh, then again though, that's one solid character. Logan Wolverine is one solid character. He doesn't hide he doesn't have a persona that he changes between. He doesn't change between Logan and Wolverine. He's got that "I'ma fuck you up" switch.
Which normally happens when you see Sabretooth.
More or less, yeah. But it's still one of those, it's not like he has a secret identity that he keeps or, anything like that. He's one set character. So it's going to be easy to find an actor that can cover that one set character. It's just like
sometimes.
It's just like with freaking Professor X.
Still waiting to see a perfect rendering of him.
I thought Patrick Stewart was phenomenal.
He was, as Old Man. He did great.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Well, if you look at it, Old Man Xavier was very, I want to save all the mutants. I want to educate them. I want to bring them back into society where they're not a stigma. But that's the time that he's spent throughout the previous years of his life working with these mutants.
And then I forgot the actor's name that plays Days of Future Past and First Class.
Mr. McAvoy.
I thought so.
James McAvoy.
Yep. I don't know why. Anytime I hear McAvoy, the first thing that pops in my head is Blades of Glory.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it.
The movie is fucking great. But anytime I hear the name McAvoy, I think straight to Blades of Glory, and I want to say McAvoy is not Will Ferrell's character. Dude that played Napoleon Dynamite.
I don't know. That's out of my wheelhouse.
But you know, his Charles was just a little bit. He didn't have.
Charles.
Huh?
He was going with young Charles, who's just coming into everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of potential for him. As you know, it's just he really didn't get the chance to kind of do
full on Charles.
Yeah.
Because he was building the X-Men. But when you look at it, building the X-Men while still maintaining being Xavier himself, not Professor X. Because yes, with that character, there is two sides.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the public known Charles Xavier.
And then you've got the professor at the school who's trying to teach everybody, who's trying to teach all the mutants, and, a mutant himself and Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Or Professor X.
And then when you have to work with characters like Logan, who's just a royal pain in everybody's ass.
Well, yeah. But no, like a lot of times when it comes to casting, it's going to be very, very hard for them to find the perfect balance of he's a great this and a great that, or she's a great this and a great that. It's one of those, you need to, there's not very many actors out there who could solidify both the public figure and the hero.
Yeah. And that's what it comes down to for a lot of them. Well, I wouldn't say mess ups, but a lot of the downfalls for the cinematic viewing is you're going to find that one person that looks great as this character, but they don't have that cohesion between bringing out both sides of the character.
I think that's one of the reasons why I love, I agree with you. I love RDJ's Tony Stark Iron Man. He's got the appearance and the personality of Tony Stark out of the suit, and then when he gets in the suit, he's just
got that switch.
Boom, he's fucking Iron Man.
He just has that nice little switch where it's like, okay, I've gone from being this go-lucky, don't give a shit playboy to, oh fuck, I gotta step up. I'm in charge. Because we all know he's really the one in charge of the Avengers. Everybody thinks it's Cap. No. It's Downey.
Well, that's because they always go to freaking Iron Man, and that's because he's got the tech.
Oh, it's not just the tech; it's the knowledge behind it too.
Yeah, it is the knowledge, but how do you think he gets that knowledge?
By who his dad is.
The more it always seems like the more tech he develops and everything, the stronger his character becomes as Iron Man, and even as Tony Stark. It's one of those he makes more, he learns more. He makes more, he learns more. He's made a whole bunch, and he knows. Holy fuck! How do you know this stuff?
Dude, you're gonna love this analogy. He is a mother box. Think about it.
I mean,
seriously, if you think about it.
That's great.
Well, look at what happened when Cyborg gets the mother boxes. that tech develops with him and causes him to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even think of that word last night at work. We were sitting, me and a couple of my coworkers were talking, and it's like, God, what were those things called? And now, of course, that I'm not talking about it.
Ding! It pops in your head.
But yeah, with Stark, it is. I mean, look at his own energy source he built. Nearly blew himself up.
Yeah.
But that's a Tony Stark thing. I mean,
See, they did a great job casting Stark and Iron Man.
no.
I honestly feel like they did a good job recasting Rhodey.
I would have, don't get me wrong, I love Scarlett Joe. But I wanted to see more development with her character.
Have you seen her movie?
Not yet.
We're
But
there.
what I'm saying is I want to see more of her actually getting into that Black Widow role. Because a lot of people, when they think Black Widow, they're like, oh, she's just a hot assassin. No. That's what I noticed they portrayed a lot with her characters. She's just the hot assassin who knows how to kick ass and doesn't take any shit. There's a lot more to Black Widow than that. A lot more.
I think that's what the
movie's supposed to get into.
I think that's what her backstory movie is supposed to kind of delve into a little bit. Well, not really backstory. It's not really a backstory. It's more of a. I think it's between Avengers and. I know it's after she meets Steve.
Well, that'd have been in Captain America first.
Yeah, it came. I want to say it takes place after the Avengers. Because she goes back home. So I want to say it is definitely a.
Which, for anybody who's read the comics or actually seen a lot of the older shows, knows that that's a very touchy spot for her.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how they got that relationship between Black Widow and Hawkeye. I do like how they did that. That was really good, and it's not something that you actually get to see a lot of when you've grown up with the comics, when you've grown up with the older shows. They only touch base on it. Whereas with the MCU, they've actually been like, no, we're going to make this brought into full light so you actually see that dynamic between them. I'm being invaded by cats today. But I thought they did good getting Jackson to be Fury.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how hard it was for him to resist saying motherfucker.
Probably really hard, because it's not a Samuel Jackson movie without at least 3 motherfuckers dropped.
And that's, I mean, with that one, and then even with his role in Star Wars, I want to know how hard it was for him to not say motherfucker.
Do you want to know why he actually says the word motherfucker so much? It's a coping mechanism. When he's having a hard time getting into a character, getting into a role, his nerves go up and...
That's something.
Ooh, I'll leave that here and let me bring that up in a moment.
There's an article.
Sweet. But no, Samuel Jackson drops the word motherfucker as a coping mechanism because his anxiety will get so high while he is filming that he'll forget lines. So he'll impromptu drop motherfucker.
He must have had some real high anxiety during Pulp Fiction.
Dude, anybody would have. That
every
movie hits me
every
between the eyes.
every other word out of his mouth was motherfucker.
Well, a lot of that was he forgot a lot of lines during that movie.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that
So
at all. I really don't doubt that at all. Is
yeah,
that
so that's one of
especially
my
when especially because of how it's made. I mean, it's a fucking Tarantino movie, so of course it's going to be split up into different, different stories. It's just like his, just like other Tarantino movies, like Kill Bill. You know, it's fucking like
all over
it
the
could
place.
be confusing if if you can't follow a pieced up and pieced up story like that.
It's confusing. But no, Andy just brought me this information.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm excited. So, GameSpot just released an article. PlayStation, Xbox, Sony, and Microsoft is who it's. Breaking. Microsoft and Sony announced partnership for gaming and cloud services.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Honestly, that's nothing new. You know, the PS4 Pro, like they never announced it, but Sony got help from Microsoft on certain components.
No, not that. Not just them helping each other out. Cross-platforming. Cross-platform gaming.
Huh.
It's like there's two companies playing with technology.
And yeah, that makes sense. Good. I'm starting Project 4.4. I'm working on tomorrow.
So yeah, they're
Yeah.
full on admitted that they are now partners with helping either side further get better tech, but they're also looking at doing cross-platforming.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
I mean, it's dope. Yeah. Like I'm excited to see what the possibilities come from. What the possibilities are for it.
So, you said your favorite scene from the first is him getting thrown around like a rag doll.
Well, when he's trying to freaking test out the thrusters on his suit and everything, and he's like, he says go, and the freaking just throws him backwards because he's not used to, he's only got the boots on. He's like,
For being so smart, he could be kind of dumb.
and then he finally figured out, he should probably have some something to help stabilize him. So he does the hand rockets too. And he does those, and he finally figures out how to stabilize himself. He's still looking shaky as shit. It's just that whole scene when he's trying to get the mechanics of the suit down, like what he needs to have to make sure that flight is stabilized, that his his pulsar blasts are freaking gonna be powerful enough. It's just that whole scene of him making the suit and testing it, they're just choice.
Yeah, my favorite scene is all about the hamburgers. He just wants the burger. I can relate to that.
Honestly,
I can relate to that scene way too well.
do you guys want some shawarma?
Food.
I don't know what it is. Anytime he gets his ass kicked or like he gets beaten, I mean, even if it's by himself, even if he just beats himself up, the first thing he does is straight to food. The fucking end of Avengers. Do you guys want some shawarma? I know a good shawarma place not too far from me.
It is. It's all
All he thinks about is fucking food. And I love it. It's
smart. You got to feed that ego. You got to feed that intelligence.
feed that ego.
I still love, out of all the different times you see him with food, sitting in the giant donut.
Oh, yeah, that classic scene.
That just makes my day every time I see that. I'll see a random post and it's just him in the donut, and I'm like, yes.
Yes.
It's like, dude, I understand. You got your ass handed to you. You're hungry. Hey, look, giant donut.
Right?
That's one of the fun things about Iron Man, though. Because it is, when he gets beat up, knocked down, whatever, food.
Food is the cure-all.
Apparently not duct tape or WD-40, it's food.
It's always food.
But I mean, there's when we were introduced to Iron Man, I was on the fence. I'm gonna say that full-heartedly. I was on the fence about how Downey was gonna play him.
I have that feeling about any superhero, especially like if you watch the cartoons and everything. Is when you're growing up, the moment they bring a live action version and they have certain actors coming, like how everybody's on the fence, like everybody's so high up on the fucking fence, it's kind of stupid about Pattinson's Batman.
Well, I'm on the fence just because I've seen so many downfalls with the Batman himself, because everybody only portrays one side or the other really well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm on the fence. Yeah, I may not be a fan of the sparkly vampire. He has had good roles in other movies, yes.
Like, it's, for me, it's one of those, like, you gotta give the guy a chance to show his role, to show what he can do. Don't just like, anytime I see a comment, something pop up about Pattinson's Batman, I'm just like, I scroll through. I don't want to see no fucking sparkling Batman. I'm just like, you haven't seen it yet.
Right?
It's not fucking out. Just give the guy a chance to show what he's capable of in this role. He might be a better Batman than a Bruce Wayne. He might be a better Bruce than a Batman. Who the fuck knows? He could be the RDJ of Batman and just be like, fucking nail it as both Bruce Wayne and Batman. We don't know yet.
Yeah, well, that's my biggest thing is with watching a live action Batman movie.
That's because there have been so many where it's like Bale. Bale was a fierce fucking Batman,
but fell so far
short as Bruce Wayne. He the best Bruce Wayne, in my opinion, is honestly probably Kilmer.
He did great.
Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne captures the very business savvy Bruce Wayne, showing up at parties, always making sure that he talks with everybody, the way that he talks, and just his presence as Bruce Wayne was a little bit better than Michael Keaton. It was like way better than George Clooney.
The one most people don't mention was Batman. Rubber nipples.
Freaking, like, it just, in the movies, his, like, Val Kilmer's presence as Bruce Wayne stands out above anybody else that's really played. I mean, the recent Ben Affleck.
I'm not an Affleck fan, but he did good. Really good, and it surprised me, capturing Bruce Wayne.
But you got to remember, though, the thing about Affleck's Bruce Wayne is he was he was an older Bruce Wayne. He wasn't, the mid-20s, the mid to late 20s, early 30s. He was a little bit older. He was set in, like, his late 30s, early 40s.
He was in the gap area between the Batman we all know with the young and old man bats.
Mm-hmm. He was right there in that window where nobody really knows how Bruce Wayne is supposed to be at this stage in his life. There's not really a whole lot of comics that cover old Bruce, old Batman. And the ones that do, fuck, Alfred's more the star of the show of those. And I'm surprised that Alfred's still fucking alive at that point.
I swear, he had to have gotten into
Lazarus.
Exactly. Honestly, seriously.
Like, I'm pretty sure he, you know, more than once had dove into fucking Ra's al Ghul's pool at some point.
And honestly, with how long Alfred's been there, either that or
He's got clones of him.
clones or cybernetic enhancements causing him to live longer.
I could see the cybernetics. I mean, fuck, Wayne Enterprises does have a pretty highly scientific, you know,
Yeah.
pretty highly scientific R&D department. I mean, Jesus, Lucius Fox, need I say more?
But if you look at everything with Alfred,
He doesn't even seem to age.
one, he doesn't age. Two,
I'm sure he ages. He just doesn't seem like he ages.
two, no matter how many times he's been offered food or drink, do you see him take it?
Not really.
Wouldn't
Not
that
really.
bring up suspicion of, are you even human?
See, that's an interesting proposal right there. That Alfred's not even an actual fucking human. That's something that I honestly would not be surprised about. His
What-
reflexes are fucking sharp as hell. I mean, yeah, he's in a number of stories. Alfred's former, what isn't he, like former SAS or something?
Yes, I believe so.
Like in a number of stories, Alfred's former SAS, which means, you know, he's gone through some intense ass fucking training. He's gone through, you know, SEAL style training. And like, especially if you've seen Gotham. Like,
I've been watching some of Gotham. I'm only catching bits and pieces, but I'm just still sitting here going, Alfred, what are you doing?
He, like, the beatings he takes and how he just gets right back up from him. Like, it was fucking nothing. It's like,
it's almost
hey, yeah.
Martian Manhunter revitalization.
Damn it, John.
Is Alfred really a Martian?
Is Alfred a Martian? That's a good fucking question.
I mean, think about it. Jean, the Martian Manhunter, he's able to change his appearance to make himself look older or younger. He's able to take on the appearance of somebody else. Highly intelligent, and gets his ass handed to him quite easy.
And gets right back up.
He gets back up. And every time they've brought in a Martian, they don't really eat or drink. I personally think it's probably because the way that the modifications to the foods messes with their molecular structure. That's my personal thought. But the Martians, yeah, they're strong, but they also get their asses handed to them a lot. But they always get back up.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what is Alfred? Is he human? Is he cybernetically enhanced? Is he not of this world?
Is he the fucking DC equivalent of fucking Steve Rogers? I mean, Steve isn't technically cybernetically enhanced. He was
genetically enhanced. But still.
I mean, I like honestly, what I would love to see is an actual movie about Alfred.
Yeah, I want
just to kind of know what this motherfucker has been through.
I mean, it is. As I said, I've watched bits and pieces of Gotham, and just listening to some of the stuff that gets said with Alfred, it really made me think. It's like, are you even human?
Huh. Bobby just gave me an update. There's a show about Alfred called Pennyworth.
Does it answer my question?
I have no idea. I don't know. Like I didn't even know it was a thing. Bobby just, you know, he's like, two things. One, there's a show. It's called Pennyworth. So I'm gonna have to look for that shit because, like, honestly, the biggest anomaly in the DC universe is Alfred. I mean, doesn't he even go toe to toe with fucking Superman at some point? Like, I think it was in one of the comics. Batman and Superman had, it wasn't like a Batman versus Superman like kind of thing. It was no, it was Bizarro.
Alfred yells at the superheroes all the time.
I think it was Bizarro, and he fucking like went toe to toe with Bizarro and like stood his ground against him. I mean, he stood his ground, but he got the living snot beat out of him. But then you just see him like a few pages later, and he's back to fucking normal. It's like, what the shit?
Again, is Alfred even human? Hello, David. Oh, we had a comment.
Oh, did we? I didn't show up for me.
Oh, sorry, not comment. I have it as live watch party.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see those comments.
No. Told you I'm not fully awake.
That's fine. I'll be right back. I need to go help Bobby find the cat.
Tomorrow.
So, I will be right back.
Being so kind.
No, I mean, that is my biggest question now. Is Alfred even human? And this is what happens when you set up superhero talk days. Yeah, because Batman wasn't even supposed to be our discussion for a few more weeks. Or so. But it's come down to a lot of who can incorporate both sides of a character. While I wait for my coffee to be refilled. So, anybody have any questions? Ooh, here comes coffee. Any questions that they have that we may or may not be able to answer dealing with the cinematic universe, starting between Batman and Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Oh, God, that's too much creamer. Ta-da. So, Jake and I are in agreement. Robert Downey Jr. did phenomenal incorporating both sides to Iron Man. And his character development throughout the movies has been amazing. You have seen him go from this egotistical playboy philanthropist, arrogant jerk to a caring family man. One of my favorite things is whenever Iron Man gets his ass handed to him, gets beat up, knocked down, it's all about food. I can relate. Who doesn't like a good shawarma? So, I want to say thank you to everybody who is watching. If there's any questions, comments, anything you really want to hear, drop us a comment. Always feel free to join us. And you can also check out our Patreon. We do special podcasts on the weekends for Patreon. So I'm just getting confused. My kid's walking about. I don't know what she's doing. But no, my oldest, as soon as I was talking Iron Man, she perked right up. You've made it to where you can come into the space and not be seen, darling.
I know. I did construction. It's great.
Yes, you did.
More like feng shui.
I
You're decorating, really.
was going to say it has a chaotic feel to it. And I love it!
Yeah, I had a phone call, Miss, while you were there.
You did?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's your extended warranty on your vehicle call yet.
Thank you for calling Auto Warranty Services.
Damn, I'm good. Smartassery for the win. So, let's see. Are these pants? I have lots of quick pop-ins. Let's see. Dude, I'm doing a live stream. Teenagers off talking about a Harry Potter theme live stream where she's going into middle school next year. It's kind of scary. Thankfully, she's a nerd in training, so I'm happy about that. She is all about Captain Marvel. That is her favorite at the moment. And Captain Marvel's got a fun backstory that I can't wait to get further into. I wonder if they're actually going to tie it in with the X-Men. That's a good one. I am so excited to see what they're going to do further with the Avengers. Are we going to get to see more of Falcon as Cap? Are we going to get to see...
I'm back.
You're back?
I'm back.
Is that Wyatt that I hear?
Yep. He just woke up from his nap.
Oh, poor buddy. Dude, sleep is great, kid. Take it while you can.
9 a.m. Saturday.
9 a.m. Oh boy, this weekend's gonna be busy.
I know the feeling.
So we need to have things packed up for them to go. And we're going to be doing lots of driving tomorrow. We need to get that stuff done today.
Well, I was. Hold on.
Hold on. Oh. Why do I have glitter? There's always so much glitter in this house. Freaking having girls. Ooh. What are you watching? Neighbor's home. So. We have three. Love. But yeah. Charge that up, make sure that's going. We No, Billy James joins us. Thought he was on his way home.
I thought he was too. I have no idea what's taking him so long.
I don't know. But, like I was just saying, my oldest, her favorite hero right now, Captain Marvel.
The Marvel Cat Marvel or the DC Cat Marvel?
Captain Marvel, the character Captain Marvel.
Okay. Or walk straight to Daddy. Trying to show her if she
Hi,
knows.
Bugum. She doesn't seem to be too interested. Eat your puffs.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna step away really quick.
Okay. I'm gonna keep doing my homework.
Yeah. Do your homework and talk.
I mean, I'll do my best to do my homework and talk. I can't really make any promises. Get an update from Mr. James. Ha da 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 da. Wyatt, dude, you're fine. La da da. Oh, let's see. What's another? Let's see if I can remember what this. The only other superhero I can really think of that's been portrayed a number of different times is Superman. I don't want to butcher this dude. I don't want to butcher dude's name. Let's see if I can. I don't want to say.
Oh,
Nice.
ugh. Yeah, see where you guys are moving. I'm actually in the middle of revamping my space.
Ooh.
Yep, going to be building some shelves and showcasing some of my favorite things that I have all hung up and collected through the house.
I might get one of those. Like office divider wall things.
I don't need that. I thought I got a desk.
Here, bud. Go sit down.
No,
No, I was the only other superhero I can think of that's been
consistent with both.
Portrayed a number of different times, but I mean, even still, it hasn't been as many times as like Batman
Spider-Man.
or Spider-Man. It's Superman. Starting with Christopher Walken or Christopher Reeves. Sorry, I was thinking the TFS joke.
I was going to say, it weren't walking.
What's the opposite of Christopher Walken? Christopher Reeves. But no, I mean, Christopher Reeves did a wonderful job as Superman, like for a number of years. I want to say he was Superman for decades.
I actually got to meet the original Lois Lane.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that was the year me and Amanda went, or it might have been the year before.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I'd have to ask her. Were you with Kitty when she met the original Lois Lane?
Cherry City Comic Con?
Cherry City Comic Con?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it was the year before or the year after if it wasn't with Amanda.
No, she said, yeah, she's pretty sure she was with you.
Okay.
But
yes, because it was the same year that Doug Jones was there.
that name sounds familiar.
Doug Jones, Abe Sapien, the gentleman from
Yeah.
Buffy. This
Doug
dude
Jones.
from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
We have pictures with him.
Yes, I did.
That dude's towering.
Even in a pair of high wedges, he was towering over me.
Like, my favorite role of his, honestly, is what I've recently seen him in, Star Trek Discovery, as Saru.
See, I have not watched the new Star Trek movies.
It's not a
Okay,
movie.
I'm a stickler.
It's not the movie.
I
It's the
haven't
show.
watched the show. Andy would probably know that one.
Chronologically, it's after Enterprise, but before the original series.
So after, okay.
Because, and like I just started the second season, and they're in need of a new commanding officer, and when they're set to get their new commanding officer on Starship Discovery, they meet the Enterprise under the command of Captain Pike. So
Okay.
Captain Christopher Pike is still captain of the Starship Enterprise, and Spock is his first officer.
I do love Spock.
And see, the interesting thing about Discovery is the person that it follows, her name's Michael. And she grew up on Vulcan, living with Sarek
Okay.
and Spock. So she was basically Spock's adopted sister. And Sarek was trying to teach her the ways of a Vulcan. And the whole show itself is really, really cool. She's a human. She's a human that was raised on planet Vulcan. So she's, she can't really go through Kolinar because humans lack the capability of purging emotion.
Robert Downey Jr. in food.
James has 29 stops left. So that's where he's at. And he said he was on his way home, but I guess he's got 29 stops left.
Well, that doesn't seem to be on the way home.
That's what he said earlier. But no, I would highly recommend Star Trek Discovery. It's a great show.
Okay. I might have to check that one out. I would love to see them do an actual either show or movie for the backstory of Worf.
It'd be interesting for a couple different reasons, and it would be kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
I think Michael Dorn had suggested the idea, but when asked if he would want to play Worf again, he was really kind of hesitant, especially because of how he ended with Worf.
Oh, the prosthetics they used too were really heavy and damaging because of the makeup behind it.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Dorn's performance as Worf is just a great performance. He really got into the fucking Klingon lifestyle.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a batleth and put it up behind me.
I want a batleth just so I can have a fucking batleth. I don't even want to really put it up anywhere. I just I want a batleth. More specifically, I want the Sword of Kahless. The original batleth.
Okay. So while we spun off of superheroes for a minute.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Worf is a superhero in my book.
Worf's amazing. Period. End of story. Boom.
But no, I was gonna say, Henry Cavill or Cavill.
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 He makes one good Geralt.
Yeah, he does. But like as Clark Kent, Superman, he seemed to do a better job in the Superman persona than he did as Clark Kent.
But again, that's another, like we were saying with the Batmans and Spider-Mans, that's another one that's hard to have a cohesion between both sides with an actor.
I mean, Spider-Man, it's just a matter of because the character of Peter Parker isn't really all that different than Spider-Man's persona.
And he's the goofy, nerdy kid.
Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man is the goofy superhero.
That gets picked on by everybody.
But with Spider-Man, it's more or less just a matter of trying to, it's honestly a matter of trying to make sure that you get
Enough Parker to Spider-Man.
enough Parker to flow perfectly, or flow well, I should say, not perfectly, but flow well into Spider-Man. Because there really is a lot of Peter Parker's attitude and his person when it's Spider-Man. There's a lot of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's not like they're two separate people. Unlike Batman, where you've got Bruce Wayne, who's very kind of business oriented, focuses heavily on what's going on in his company, to Batman, and now he's mostly primarily focused on fighting crime, stopping villains and shit like that. You go from business minded to hero minded, and that's where a lot of the actors fall short, is they can't really captivate both sides.
And same thing with Superman, because you've got that timid, meek newspaper guy,
And Clark Kent,
and then you've got Superman, a symbol of justice.
able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, faster than a speeding bullet. Which the funny thing is he's not faster than the Flash.
No.
The Flash is faster than a speeding bullet.
I will say I do like the kid they got to do Flash in the movie.
Ezra?
Yes.
Ezra was fucking funny. Like,
well,
so
the
did
Flash,
you see the Crisis on Infinite Earths for
I really have
DC?
to get caught up on superhero shows.
Ezra shows up. So you've got, movie Flash
And
face
TV
to face with TV Flash, and that whole fucking segment, that whole part, even Amanda was dying when she was watching it. That whole part is just like that crossover really was. I mean, my God, they brought back what's his name from fucking Smallville.
Oh.
He showed up as
the original Robin.
Oh yeah. So here's how Crisis on Infinite Earths played out. Here's the people that made their appearances that you really would not have expected. Burt Ward shows up as Robin.
Oh, damn.
The dude from Smallville shows up as Clark Kent, because at the end of Smallville, he gives up his Superman, he relinquishes Superman, so he can be normal Clark Kent, and he refuses to take the mantle of Superman back up to help, because he has a more powerful name, and his name is Daddy. He has a family that he has to look out for, and he doesn't want to get wrapped up in what's going on the different Earths. Lucifer shows up. Tom Ellis's Lucifer shows up. That whole scene, that was a short scene, but it was fucking wonderful. I love Tom Ellis. Oh, that man.
Right.
That man. But my favorite one
Hello, detective.
is Kevin Conroy. the voice of Batman in the animated series.
Oh, I'm
The
familiar with that.
trademark voice of fucking Batman shows up in Crisis on Infinite Earths as like a really old Bruce Wayne.
Like Batman Beyond Wayne.
Not I don't know if I'd say as old as Batman Beyond Wayne. There was a whole bunch of speculation that they were going to be introducing Batman Beyond. That they were going to introduce Terry in Crisis, but it never happened.
Oh,
Which is a huge bummer. That would have been the absolute perfect moment to introduce.
Batman.
I know.
Beyond.
Hold on.
I pulled up the list of who all-
Yeah, Amanda pulled up the list via IGN of who all showed up.
Ah,
But like
Where'd Wyatt go?
in the kitchen. But it's one of those, in our bedroom.
Yeah.
But that would have honestly been the perfect freaking time to introduce a Batman Beyond into like a live action series. If they could have found the right actor to play Terry, that I honestly think that Crisis on Infinite Earths would have been the perfect time to introduce it.
they really should do a Batman Beyond live action.
So
Because-
the first cameo that showed up is Robert Wall as Alexander Knox.
Some of
Back
these
from-
names sound, I'm going to say
Tim-
probably sound familiar, but I just can't.
Tim Burton's Batman. It's like the original
Oh.
Batman.
Okay. That's actually one of my favorite Batmans. Well, for the movies.
Alan Richson and Curran Walters as Hawk and Robin from Titans.
I like the Titans series. I gotta actually watch the next season.
Russell Tovey as the Ray.
Okay. Without a picture, some of these names are just going to be like, yeah, that sounds familiar, but I
Gold
can't.
helmet flies. Ray. Okay.
Well, he's talking
yeah.
about Crisis on Infinite Earths
I know.
and going through all the characters that came in.
Oh yeah.
Burt Ward. Here's Burt Ward as Dick Grayson.
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling. Why couldn't I think of that?
The funniest thing is, all right, so Burt Ward shows up as Dick Grayson
Mm-hmm.
on Earth 66
Oh my.
to signify, the original show that started in 1966.
And so I said, oh my.
I thought that was awesome.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd count Will Wheaton as really a cameo. Yeah, he did the voice of Aqualad in the cartoon Teen Titans.
As long as it was the regular Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go.
No, it's regular Teen Titans. But in the show, he's Doomsday Prophet.
Okay.
That shit was funny.
Well,
Griffin Newman as a trivia host.
and
Tom
now
Welling. Tom Welling as Clark Kent.
I'd actually like to see Will Wheaton try to pull off the Aqualad look nowadays.
I'd be interested if he could still.
Exactly.
He's supposed to be showing up in a few episodes of Picard.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's another thing I have to actually watch because I am excited.
Watch it.
I haven't had a chance.
Like
I still
we
haven't
are
watched the last Star Wars movie because
we
I don't
are
have time.
we are on episode 7. We're on episode 7. And oh my god, the fucking oh my god. But Erica Durance as Lois Lane.
Okay.
Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Mm-hmm. It's not me buzzing.
Wentworth Miller as Leonard Snart.
I'm sorry, the name. Oh, that name.
I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Jonathan Sakesh? Sachet?
Sachet away, Shantae, you stay.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Schaeech. Sashik? Sashak? He's
Forgot his
Jonah
name.
Hex. And he was Jonah Hex in a previous crossover.
I wanted a more graphic Jonah Hex movie than what we got.
Ashley Scott as the Huntress.
Ooh.
Chris Williams as Black Lightning. Tom Ellis as Lucifer Morningstar. You need and you know what Earth he's on?
Hmm.
Earth 666.
Sorry, I just had a little drool happen there.
And let's see, there was the Watchmen, the HBO Watchmen. Stephen Lobo as Jim Corrigan / the Spectre. Ursik Chow as Ryan Choi. Or Osric Chow, I mean.
I think over the next few weeks, I'm going to get caught up on all the shows that I can actually sit through.
And then, oh yeah, Marv Wolfman as Marv Wolfman. Breck Bassinger as Earth 2 Stargirl.
I thought the name was Basinger.
Basinger? I think she's Tom's daughter, so I have always called him Tom Basinger.
Yeah.
But Stargirl, which is now it's its own show. It's its own show now. Yeah, it just started. It literally just started like 9 days ago.
Week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought it was like last week they were saying that Stargirl is now live or now showing, or one of those fun phrases they use for, hey, attention grabber, come check us out.
Then there's the Earth 12 Green Lanterns.
Oh, Green Lantern. That's another.
The Titans from the dark gritty show.
The one that's out now.
Yeah.
I do like that series.
Doom Patrol. It's starting soon, I believe. Derek Mears as Swamp Thing.
I couldn't get into that show. I tried.
And then tell me if this name sounds familiar at all. Gleek. You got to think back.
I'm thinking. Remember, Brainy no work today.
I'll just read the description. So, the unnamed group headquarters looks an awful lot like one from the Super Friends cartoon, and we even hear the superhuman monkey Gleek and see his opened cage.
The Wonder Twins!
Can the Wonder Twins be far behind?
Wonder Twins!
Like, that shit, that part of the show, literally, when Crisis ended, like, on top of the shit that happened during the show and how hard that hit me and Amanda, seeing that final segment brought us to tears.
The Wonder Twins!
Oh, it's a lot more than just the Wonder Twins, Kitty.
Yes, but that makes me happy.
Like, literally, at the end of the show, you hear a theme song playing. It's a more modernized version of a theme song,
There's too many theme songs. Don't make me think.
I'm pulling it up. Just hold on.
I say, don't make me think. You know better. But hey, I'm actually gonna have to get going. I still gotta finish getting ready. And I got a half hour till we leave. I'm not ready for this.
That is not it.
Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most
Super Friends.
good ever
What?
assembled.
That theme is literally playing at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earth.
The Super Friends theme.
Yes. As all of the gathered superheroes sit around this nice big round table.
The Super Friends.
Like,
The
I
ones who-
honestly want to know what the plan is going forward with any crossovers that might happen.
The next crossover is supposed to be Batman.
That's sad.
That'd be interesting. Because
I know
according to Amanda, the next crossover set to happen is Batwoman versus Superman.
What?
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, I know, right? I hear Nia in the background. What?
Yeah.
That was Nia, right?
Yes, that was Nia.
Like,
Uh,
Hey,
but
Nia,
like that.
who's your favorite female superhero?
so there's so many to pick from.
What's the one you've been all hung up on lately?
Oh. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
For my birthday, I got a Captain Marvel box
I know you did.
filled with stuff.
Yeah, she got one of those loot crates that was Captain Marvel themed for her birthday.
Nice.
13th birthday.
Yeah, I know. I gotta step it up next year.
Bliss?
Oh.
I can't. I'm going to be going swimming with Dwayne and Cynthia. Who else do I?
Well, like I said, I gotta get going. I still have to finish getting ready for work.
I need to finish up my homework,
And then get
and then we need to like jump on packing because we're gonna hopefully get everything done this weekend.
well, hopefully. Like I said, I will continue stepping up until you're back in the availability and I can be like, oh, I get a break now.
Right.
But maybe next time we'll actually have James or have Sparks.
Yeah, I know David's been pulling a lot of shifts at work, so
Yeah. Like I said, we're on mandatory 12s right now for who knows how long.
grody.
So for me to even be alive and functioning today, I was like, I did it.
Right. All right. Well, I'm set. If you're set,
I'm all good. Yeah. We're Nerds Corner and we're going to roll out.
later, y'all.